My plan will cut energy prices in half or more than that within 12 months of taking office. Number one, your energy bill within 12 months will be cut in half, and that's my pledge all over the country. Beyond farmers, that's my pledge all over the country. If you vote for me, I will cut your energy and electricity prices in half within 12 months. We're going to cut them down in half. And under my plan, we will cut energy and electricity prices in half within 12 months, and that means for your homes, too. I will cut your energy and electricity prices in half, 50%, 50, within 12 months of taking the oath of office. My plan will cut energy prices in half. Within 12 months, we're going to have energy prices for businesses, but in my opinion, maybe even more importantly for the average household, I said by 12 months from January 20th, which is the day we go into office, I will cut the price of energy and electricity in half. Ready? 12 months from January 20th, I take office on January 20th, your electric bill, including cars, air conditioners, heating, everything, your total electric bill will be 50% less. We're going to cut it in half. And I will cut your energy and electricity prices in half within 12 months of taking office, 50%. A pledge that I'm making now, and we've done this a little bit over the last month or so, we are going to bring energy down by 50%, 50% within 12 months from January 20th.
Donald Trump has broken many promises over the course of his second term. Let's take a look at one of them.
Under the Trump economic plan, we will cut your energy prices in half within, mark it down, and you can get very angry at me if we don't do it. Within 12 months, your energy prices will be cut in half.
He says you can get very angry with me if we don't do it. Yeah, I think we'll take him up on that. It has been more than a year since Trump took office for his second term. A full 18 months almost. And not only have energy costs not gone down at all, Trump has spent every single day in office doing favors for the oil and gas industry. And then he started a war with Iran that has raised the price of gas and utilities and everything else even more. Dropped the cost of energy in half, more like double the cost of energy.
We were trying to save up for a house, and now at this point we've settled on renting again because it's so hard.
So you guys were hoping to buy a house?
Yeah.
And you've given up on that for now?
Yeah, for now.
How does that make you feel as as a mom?
Very sad not being able to give my kids a home to live in and grow in. Bouncing around from place to place.
And who do you think do you think someone is to blame for that situation?
Definitely the political higher-ups.
That was Mary Garcia. She is a Trump voter from Nevada, and she stood and spoke to our David Noriega to explain that she gave Trump a chance because she believed him when he said he would make life more affordable. That is why she votes, she says, to put people in power to make her life better. But she says her life has not gotten better. She's living with her in-laws, as you heard, after months of looking for a house that they could afford to buy. Now, with that dream off the table, they're trying to find a place that they can rent within their budget.
Even former Trump voters are waking up to the economic realities of policies under Trump. And I mean, she's not alone. People everywhere are feeling exactly what she's feeling. The crunch of higher costs, higher rent, the inability to buy a home. This is all a direct result of the policies that the Trump administration has enacted.
Just parsing through this inflation report, yes, we saw higher gas and energy prices, but household furniture prices are up. Clothes, airline fares. Mark, what does this tell you, the breadth of price increases, about the pressure the consumer is under?
Well, it's increasingly broad-based, Seema. I mean, obviously the energy prices are up, and that's flowing through in terms of airfares, and you're starting to see it in terms of grocery prices because of the cost of transporting food from the port or the farm to the store shelf. But you're right. It does feel like the inflationary effects are broadening out and will impact prices more broadly. Core good inflation was up strongly as well. And it's not just about the war in Iran and the higher energy prices, but it's also about the tariff and the pass-through there that continues. So, yeah, inflation obviously is high, and the direction of travel feels disconcerting.
To say it in the absolute simplest terms, everything costs more and it's spreading. This isn't the result of just any one mistaken policy. The Trump administration, day after day, chooses to make your life harder. We had tariffs, which increased the prices of literally everything, groceries and strollers and cars and everything else. And now we have the war with Iran, which is increasing prices of gas and utilities and anything that has to be transported via car or truck or plane. Everything is more expensive under the Trump administration. And at the same time, Trump is doing everything he can to increase your prices. He's also cutting your benefits. You're getting cut short from both ends. This is the same administration that cut $1 trillion from Medicaid and $500 billion from food assistance. Trump does not care about how hard he's made your life because he is a billionaire, and at the end of the day, he only exists to protect other billionaires.
The promise to bring inflation down is now at its highest level in 3 years. Are your policies not working? What's happening?
Policies are working incredibly. If you go back to just before the war, for the last 3 months, inflation was at 1.7%. Now, we had a choice. Let these lunatics have a nuclear weapon. If you want to do that, then you're a stupid person, and you happen to be. I mean, I know you very well.
To what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing.
I mean, yeah, what else is there really to say? Trump does not think about your financial situation. I guess it's actually kind of obvious in a way. I mean, all he's done is raise your prices and cut your benefits. So yeah, he definitely does not care about you or your family or your finances. It's also kind of funny that Trump likes to pretend that things were so great before the Iran war. I mean, first of all, if things were so great, why go to war? Why did we do something that would raise gas prices and utility prices and grocery prices? But also, second of all, things weren't great. Think back to where you were 2 months ago. Were you thriving? Were all your bills the lowest they've ever been? No, they weren't. Because Trump has spent every second of his presidency making your life harder. If it wasn't the war with Iran, it was tariffs. If it wasn't that, it was cutting your benefits and using that money to fund tax cuts for the ultra wealthy. There was always something that Trump is doing to make your life harder.
So Congressman, what do you make of Donald Trump saying today that he doesn't think about Americans' financial situation?
That makes sense. I mean, he's a billionaire. He's obviously doesn't give a damn about Americans. He doesn't care about working class people, whether they voted for him or not. He just cares about himself and enriching his own friends. So thanks for telling the truth, dude. Like, we knew that.
I absolutely agree that Donald Trump is responsible for the current state of the economy. It seems like the Trump administration has been operating with the sole goal of inflicting as much damage on working Americans as possible. He took office and spiked 2.9% inflation up to 3.8%. Gas prices are up to $4.50 in most states. And he did this all while stripping insurance away from 10 million Americans. I think the most impressive part is the deficit hasn't even decreased at all. The deficit is still increasing year over year. And one more point I want to make is when Donald Trump took office, he and Elon Musk immediately gutted the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, right? This protected people like us from fraud, from predatory actions from banks or businesses. He gutted that. So Americans are not only worse off, Americans are not only struggling in their pocketbook, but we're more prone to fraud. I don't get how this makes us safer or better off at all.
Maxwell Frost said what I think we all felt when we saw that clip. Yeah, thanks for the confession, but we already knew. It is sadly not surprising to hear Trump say that he does not think about your financial situation. Every single action he has taken in his presidency shows you over and over and over again, he does not care about you. He does not care about your family. That much has been clear. And then we see from the CNN clip all of these receipts on why you should not believe Trump gives a single thought to American families. Inflation is up, gas is up, 10 million Americans lost their insurance, millions of people lost their food assistance, the deficit is still climbing. I could go on and on and on. That is the complete picture of Trump's second term. Not a single policy has helped normal people. His only focus is his billionaire friends and massive corporations and the CEOs who work at the very top. That is it.